Hey. So, there's a bunch of demos out this week and I kind of want to talk about them. I'll start off with Foldy's OS Quest, which is a really interesting solo developed game. The pitch for this, as far as I can tell from the developer, is that it is to Windows what Astrobot was for PlayStation. Obviously, the budget's a lot lower, it's a one-person team and everything, but it tries to celebrate the OSs or OSI of the late 90s and 2000s, including Windows XP, which I grew up with, so this is very nostalgic for me. I'm not going to pretend this is some massive game that's going to blow your mind or anything. It's a cute little platformer and it seems like it's going to be short, it's going to be simple, but it's a lot of fun. So you've got your basic jump, you've got your spin attack, you've got a grappling hook, which is actually a cursor, which is pretty cool. One of the things I really like about this game is how well it incorporates aspects of Windows OS. Like for example, when you die, you see an "aw snap" message. You've got Clippy, who was infamous during Windows XP days. You've got Minesweeper as a gameplay mechanic, like where it bounces you higher. You've got Poker or Solitaire, I don't know which one it is, but old Windows computers used to have those, and it's just, if you grew up using computers in the 2000s, you're really going to appreciate how well this game tries to incorporate all of that into actual mechanics. So, and again, like I mentioned, it's a one-person team, so try to support it if you can. It's probably not going to be too expensive. And yeah, try out the demo. It's like around 10 minutes long, so you've got just 10 minutes to lose. So up next is Barkour, a spy espionage stealth game where you play as a dog. Please excuse the way the game looks and runs in this video. My laptop's not up to par, and unfortunately I think the game hasn't been fully optimized yet. Frame rate's not great, there's blurry textures all over, but I'm just going to talk about the actual gameplay, you know? The vibe kind of reminded me of, this is going to be a weird one, of Secret Agent Clank, the PSP Ratchet & Clank game, but obviously with more of a stealth mechanic. Now, I'm a massive fan of the Sly Cooper series, which are obviously stealth-themed games, so I'm always up for more stealth-based games. And on top of that, I love when 3D platformers try something different instead of just chasing the nostalgia of the past with collectathons and everything. And this one seems to be trying a lot of new things. It's not as advanced as something like Splinter Cell or something in terms of stealth, but it gets the job done. We've got a bunch of gadgets, including a variety of guns and invisibility and things on top of that. You've got a jetpack to go higher. You can bark to attract enemies' attention, and you can do all of this within these nice big like playgrounds where there's like a certain amount of enemies, and it's like kind of like a puzzle of how to go through the game without being seen. Now, this isn't like a hardcore stealth game because once you get caught, you can actually just engage in combat, which is not amazing, but it gets the job done. One of the things that surprised me the most about the game was how well animated the dog was, and how good the game could look occasionally when it wasn't struggling to run on my computer. So the structure generally is, as far as I can tell, is you're dropped in this area and you've got one goal which you need to solve through stuff like eavesdropping on people and listening to codes and stuff like that to get farther into the stage. You've got some secret hidden areas with collectibles, and it's not just, oh, you find a collectible, you actually sometimes need to solve a puzzle. And I'll give an example. There's a button near an elevator, and you step on it, the gate opens, you get off, the gate shuts. So, theoretically, what can you do? So what I did is I went back up through the elevator, performed a takedown on a guard, dragged his unconscious body down through the elevator, put him on the button, and now I had access to the collectible. So it's things like that that I really liked about the game. The demo itself doesn't have voice acting, but the final game is supposed to, so production is pretty good. Give the demo a shot, especially if you've got a decent computer. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm genuinely so jealous of SpongeBob fans because they have been eating this past few years with Purple Lamb's games. This is their third SpongeBob game. The first one was the Battle for Bikini Bottom remake, the second one was the Cosmic Shake, which was fantastic. And this is Titans of the Tide. Might end up being their best SpongeBob game. So this follows more in the footsteps of the Cosmic Shake in that it doesn't seem to be open world like Bikini Bottom, but more of a linear experience. So the hook with this is that you can swap between SpongeBob and Patrick at any time. So what this means is at any one moment, you've got either SpongeBob's abilities, the homing karate kick while you're jumping, while with Patrick you have access to burrowing underground and also picking things up and throwing them. They sound simple, but I'm not going to say the possibilities are endless, but they kind of are, with how much they can do with this. So imagine just switching back and forth on the fly while jumping around and doing stuff. That sounds so fun to me. On top of that, I'm not necessarily a cartoon SpongeBob fan. I like it, didn't grow up with it. But this demo actually got me to laugh out loud a few times. Like, they really know their SpongeBob and the characters seem so in line with what I think they are. I really want to compliment the animation because it's just so fantastic and so expressive that it feels like a 3D version of the series. There's an insane amount of squash and stretch, and it's generally some of the best cartoony animations I've seen in any game's cutscenes. On top of everything I just said, the demo is chunky, and I actually didn't finish it because I want to play it for the first time when I actually get the game. It might actually end up lasting around an hour or something. I just want to applaud Purple Lamp for what they're doing, and I really hope that they eventually get their hands on other properties, because I would love like an Avatar Last Airbender game or like a Fairly Odd Parents or any of these series, because if this is the standard for Purple Lamp, then I'm so excited for whatever they have next, and I'm super excited for this one as well. So give the demo a shot, especially if you're a SpongeBob fan, but even if you're not, it's a lot of fun. Finally, we have Bubsy 4D, which I played twice, once just to, experience for the first time, and once to record the footage. And so the first time I played the game, I had a pretty good time with it, but I wasn't as impressed as other people online were. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm missing something. It wasn't until I played it again to record the footage that it clicked and I got it. So if you don't know the team behind the game, Fabraz, they've worked on Demon Turf, which is one of my favorite games in recent years. One of their big things is the idea of an expressive platformer where you've got an insane amount of options to get from one place to another, be it jumping, rolling, grappling hook, or a bunch of different stuff. So I realized that the reason it didn't click the first time is that I wasn't comfortable enough with Bubsy's movement mechanics. And it wasn't until I played the second time, where I felt a bit more comfortable with it, that I started having a lot more fun, just zipping through levels and finding shortcuts and, expressing myself through platforming. And yeah, so this game is really fun just to move around in. Like, genuinely, I feel like even if there weren't any levels or anything, just a sandbox of like things to break or play with or something, I'd probably still have fun just moving around. It's like something like Spider-Man, where you're just moving around for the fun of it. So the good news here is you do not really need to play Bubsy 3D or any of the other Bubsy games. But of course, if you've played the previous Bubsy games, you'll be rewarded by a lot of references, and it's very obvious that Fabraz has done their research and that they get Bubsy as a character and as a world. The demo has around 3 levels with a tutorial and a sandbox and everything, and the variety is great with the gameplay in each level. So one of them is the first level, which gets you introduced to the mechanics and everything. One of them is a race where you're racing through these lace roads or something. All these levels also have an optional collectible where you can collect a blueprint, and these are usually either hidden or locked behind a puzzle or something in each level. You can use these to buy extra gameplay tweaks from Bubsy's nephew and niece. You can also use yarn as a currency to buy outfits, and of course you can play as Bubsy from Bubsy 3D. I'm really looking forward to this one, and it's just still insane that Fabraz is delivering 2 genuinely fantastic 3D platformers within around the same year. Try the demo out and let me know what you think. But yeah, so that's all. A lot of rambling. I don't really like talking to a microphone, but I'm trying to get used to it, so please excuse my tone not being, super YouTubey or excited or whatever. Still new to this, so I'm not awkward, I swear. Let me know if you enjoyed this, let me know if you'd like more. There's more demos I'm thinking of trying out, and I might make a video about those, so, stay tuned, I guess. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening,